about it as well. I know a bit about it, but let me ask you, how would you simply explain DAPPS? Decentralized applications, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, decentralized applications.
So a decentralized application is simply a normal application that engages the blockchain.
Okay.
And uses cryptocurrency wallets to sign in. That's
So-
basically it.
So that's what you call a decentralized app.
Yeah.
So what would be, do we have any decentralized apps now?
Yeah, Unispop's a good one.
So
Well, I say that. Apparently, like there was some recent news about Uniswap doing some like
centralized and
yeah,
some backend stuff.
Yeah.
So you're definitely working on some decentralized apps, are you?
Yeah, so like right now, like on my YouTube, like I'm building a mini real estate NFT marketplace, and it's basically a DApp. So you sign in with your wallet, you can create your own, NFT, which is like a real estate listing, and then like auction it off basically.
Right.
But the thing is that Web3 is very confusing, and when you ask me in the beginning what is Web3, most people don't know how to use a cryptocurrency wallet, let alone know what cryptocurrency is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And one of the big things, I think the biggest problem with Web3 is the UX.
UX.
The user experience.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's very confusing,
It
right?
is.
Even for me and you, like you could accidentally send.
Yeah, exactly. Even till today, I if I were to send some money, whether it's on Revolut or whether it's on any sort of banking exchange, it would just me putting a few numbers and sending. I don't have to think too much. But when I till today I transfer whatever I just did some transaction today morning. It was still where I had to tell him, do recheck the wallets, because there has been time where the wallet transfers are lacking and stuff like that. There has been even times when the wallet address were different, and that means I could have lost a lot of money during the transaction. And even for someone who is seasoned, who has done it a couple of times, I still do it. I still double check it. Now, imagine someone who has not done it, right? And it's going to be really intimidating. Right, so as you work on the front end and the back end, right? So that means you see how the user experience is intimidating for some people, right? How would you, or what would you think that's going to be coming up, or how would you think that this could be better?
Oh man, there's so many third-party applications and like SDKs, which is software development kits, that exist today, where you can just integrate it into your application and essentially abstract the Web3 part of it. So let's say like a payment processor, you don't want to charge your users gas fees,
right?
So you can do something called like a gas relay to like outsource that payment to your wallet that's like pre-funded.
Right.
So whenever a user goes to like buy something or sell something or make a transaction on the blockchain, you can have a wallet sitting there that's going to act on their behalf and pay for those gas fees.
Right.
That's one way you can do it. And then another way would be simply abstracting the whole idea of wallets themselves. Like I said, most people don't know what a wallet is, how it works,
the
private keys.
Private keys. Knowing the difference between a cold wallet, a hot wallet, and an exchange. As I was mentioning earlier, some people don't even know that an exchange is not a wallet.
Oh, really?
So they buy it on Binance, or they buy it on Coinbase, they buy it on Huobi.
And well, it's a custodial wallet, right?
Yeah, it's a custodial wallet, but you still don't have your keys. So if it's not your keys, it's not your wallet, right? It's not your coins. Exactly. So and that's why it's why what you're saying, because they don't know the difference between a key and a wallet. I'm sure that in time this will all be resolved, but it's still been a couple of years, and I know of people that are still having this confusion, right? So as what you said, how are they not able to, or how can they remove their wallet, the need for a wallet?
Yeah, so like there's something called Magic Link. It is a like a service that spins up a wallet for you. So they spin up a wallet in the background, and the way it works is when a user signs up through their email address, it will email them like the information to access their wallet basically. I don't know the full details of Magic Link, of like how it does all that stuff, but I think it uses AWS Amazon Web Service to spin up those instances for you and send the emails to their users. But now here's a problem, right? So that's all cool. It abstracts the whole wallet thing, so I don't have to think about a wallet. but it's still using Web2 infrastructure.
Yeah.
I'm still using
A
AWS.
centralized,
Yeah.
So,
So another big thing with Web3 is like, how do we decentralize the infrastructure? How do I have a decentralized cloud? Essentially,
Right.
that's the big problem.
yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, we speak about decentralized everything. You know, there is no control over everything. But then the infrastructure that we're talking about, where the cloud storage,
Yeah.
the cloud system is all built, it is still having to be owned by someone.
Exactly.
It's still having to be built out by someone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that someone who's building it out definitely have their motives as well for
Oh,
the
yeah.
earnings.
Oh,
Whether
yeah.
it's Amazon, whether it's a Google, they definitely have that. So I think in time only we can see, or like Starlink probably, Elon Musk.
Oh
Starlink,
yeah.
It's not decentralized, but it would. I think it's the path to see where it goes on and whether the ownership of that is decentralized. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of.
I was speaking to a guy at that event where we met, and like his company used Starlink, and he said it was really, really good. Like it was amazing to use.
Right.
I can't remember what he used it for now, but he said he used it, and I was like, wow.
The funny thing is, Elon Musk just launched Tesla in Malaysia.
Oh really?
Yeah, so Malaysia is getting Tesla, and he spoke to our Prime Minister,
Oh yeah.
and now Malaysia has Starlink.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they just he spoke, and so schools in Malaysia, I think they're not all schools, but very selective schools are now working with Starlink, and some companies are working to get Starlink incorporated with them. So it's I mean it's I was thinking, it's two in one, because I didn't think Malaysia was getting Starlink, but they just got Tesla,
Yeah.
and now they're getting Starlink together with it. So
That's sick, man.
so I've not used it, I've not seen it, but I think it's pretty impressive what Starlink can do.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
So and I think on that topic of DApps, right, which is decentralized apps, I think we can then talk about DeFi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were explaining a bit more and saying that how DeFi is the underlying, right, or the supporting technology that goes under NFTs and all that stuff, right? We have always been thrown around this term DeFi. I know it stands for decentralized finance.
Yeah.
But if it to be simply explained to the audience, how would you explain DeFi?
Good question, man. Simply explain DeFi. Again, I'll have to say how it works currently, how current finance works. So currently, if I want to send money to somebody in Malaysia, I have to do a long ass process of like wiring it, paying a bunch of fees, and it takes days. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Days and days.
So that's the thing. It takes a couple of days. To send it over. Yeah.
Exactly. And whereas with DeFi, there's no KYC, so I don't have to like give my information up front, and it can happen within a couple seconds to anyone in the world instantly. So borderless payments, that is DeFi in a nutshell.
Yeah, exactly, because it doesn't have to go to one person and have few intermediaries checking it,
Zero.
and coming back to whoever. So it's me to you and you to me back again.
No humans, just code. Pure
Exactly.
smart contracts. Oh well, not always. Bitcoin isn't smart contracts, but
Bitcoin, goes on the Lightning.
just standard, just blockchain.
Blockchain.
Yeah.
So that means DeFi, and you're saying smart contracts.
Yeah.
We know that, or some people that knows that smart contracts is very correlated to Ethereum,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so let's just dive into what Ethereum is, right? We know that Bitcoin is the equivalent to gold, is the first digital currency that was built. It's on the Lightning chain, so we know that it's the foundation of the blockchain and stuff like that. But then Ethereum is something that it's not just the second coin, or it's not just the second largest coin. It is created to do something else, right? And it has other potentials, right? And I think Ethereum is the foundation for decentralized finance.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So explain a bit more, even to me as well, because I started off my crypto journey with Ethereum as well, right? So how is Ethereum different, and why is Ethereum so important to the decentralized finance?
Ethereum is the game changer, and I never really understood what that meant until I really became a developer and understand how it works. So again, like I said, Bitcoin was the first in the market. It was the first successful cryptocurrency, right? And then Ethereum showed up and it introduced the concept of what you just said, smart contracts. Now, a smart contract essentially is a set of instructions where it's open source. We can everyone playing the game can see the rules. So imagine a game of chess, right? Like a real game of chess, and like you can see all the rules up front. There's no cheating. You can't scam the system, and you have to play by those rules. I like to think of a smart contract as that, like it's an open, clearly defined set of rules that everyone who plays that game has to follow. And the biggest thing is what I just said there, where Ethereum removes the middleman, but it allows you to create applications or dApps on that blockchain. So Uniswap is a popular one. That was the first ever decentralized exchange to exist. And then you have something called Aave, that's another dApp. So Aave is a lending platform. Now you couldn't have these things on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a blockchain, but you didn't have smart contracts.
You don't have smart contracts. The smart contracts allow multiple other applications or applications and other kind of tools to be built on it.
Exactly.
Right? It's kind of like what my understanding is. Ethereum, how I would like simply, I think it's like Apple, and they created the App Store so that people can build on tools and to help whatever, whether it's creating a game or creating a productive tool or creating whatever tool to just help people. So they give a platform for you to host your application. So I would consider that. Would it be bad to consider it like that?
That is a perfect analogy, actually, an app store.
So for me, when I understood this back a few years ago, I was just trying to picture what was it, and I think that's when I understood that Ethereum is the platform that has given access for all these other tools to be built on it.
And then you have all these other blockchains like Solana, Phantom, that Binance Smart Chain that are just clones of Ethereum. And it's funny. There's like an Ethereum starter pack where it's like, okay, you need your Uniswap, you need your Aave, you need your whatever other protocol, right? Because these are protocols. Protocol is like a standard, And so like Binance Smart Chain has PancakeSwap, right? And then, Phantom has Spooky Swap, they all have their own versions of this protocol, because it works flawlessly. You know what I mean? So Ethereum is like the trendsetter, and everyone else copied it.
Like I see that Ethereum, like how Bitcoin was launching the blockchain. Ethereum created something different. But a lot of people have just they just think that's why I'm even when for me, so it took me a few months, I would say. I wouldn't say that long, but for me to understand the difference between them, and that's why I started on my journey with Ethereum. It was cheaper at that point in time compared to blockchain, compared to Bitcoin, but it was also different. It does an entire different thing. And it's like gold is there to do certain things. Gold is that it's there in certain things, economics.
Stable, right?
It's stable, but there's nothing much you can do with gold, right? And that's why Ethereum has so much things you can do with it. It's not never gonna die because there's so much things built on it. If this dies, just imagine the App Store dies, right? If the App Store dies, imagine how many apps that we use, whether it's for entertainment or for productivity or for health. It all just dies.
Exactly.
Right? So that's why again I think that and why Ethereum is very important. Indeed, has massive potential.
And Ethereum is like an ever-growing machine too. It's not like it's finished. So Ethereum has these things called Ethereum improvement proposals, and there's like a new one every other day. Most of them fail. Most of them don't get integrated. But what it is like, say there's a standard. So, for example, ERC20, which is a standard cryptocurrency token, that was previously before ERC20, it's the 20th ever proposal that was made on the Ethereum network. There was no cryptocurrency, there was no way to there was no standardized way to transact between people, right? And so that standard was proposed by a group of people. It got reviewed a bunch of times, and eventually integrated into the mainnet. What does that mean? It means that there was a set of smart contracts that were approved, vetted, audited, and then integrated into every single dApp that is on Ethereum. So in order for one dApp to transact with another dApp, it has to implement this ERC20.
And that's how we transfer coins and crypto now.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I think.
And that's getting more and more advanced. So there's there's some really cool ones coming out recently for NFTs. I won't go into it too much now. Probably it's way too deep. But it's like but it's like the depth at which they're getting to now with these previous proposals on Ethereum, like it's just getting started on Ethereum. Right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think because you have a lot more to say because you're building on the space. Yeah. So you see the front for people like me because I'm more of an investor and stuff. For me, I see it as okay. Mainly it's price action for me. I'm trading it. I'm seeing the price action moving up and down. Yeah. I see the development there, but I'm not too. Because I'm not going to develop something like that. Maybe not now. But you are on the developing and are using the technology more than anyone is out there, right? Yeah. So you definitely have a lot more. Exactly. And you are just pursuing the fight. And I bet you're trying to concise them in an easier way for me to understand how to tell myself. Yeah, because if not, we're going to be spewing some technical terms out there that no one's going to understand. Exactly.